Okay. Okay. All right, we got some people joining in. Juicy's in. Let's see what's going on over here. Wes is be back in a second. He had to finish up some stuff. Not me this time. Haha. Yeah, let's see. Oh, he's back. Okay. Who? Where? Yo, Chance.
Oh, thank you.
Look at the underground shit.
Oh, whoa. What's your language?
Underground stuff and things.
This is already plugged in.
Hello, pretty boy.
Oh,
Hey.
did you already plug this in?
Yeah, I already plugged it in.
Oh, I just unplugged it. Oy.
You guys went live the second I placed my order. We knew.
Dude, it's crazy.
It's
Just
crazy.
instant. Oh, I got a notification. Amped Airsoft is live.
Jeez.
That's crazy, bro.
Bruh.
There we go. We're in. Acquired.
There we go. And the requests have started.
What do we got? Hello. Welcome. Thoughts on the LA Kappa Void slide?
Let's take a look at it.
Hello, son.
My son.
My son. What is it? The LA Kappa Void?
Yeah, LA Kappa Void slides. Take a look at it. I like it when you guys like ask these questions. We're like, I don't know, let's look it up.
I mean, they look good. I mean,
that's some pretty cool cuts. It almost is like like M-Lock in a way.
Yeah, I honestly think anything from the from LA Kappa is like, I don't do a lot of high Kappa stuff, but from my understanding, it's pretty good stuff.
My AAP01's upper is very skeletonized, but it's not like overdone. That doesn't look overdone skeletonized for me, which I kind of like that style. I really think it's all about your personal preference when it comes to those styles, though. And I mean, high quality stuff, which LA Kappa has high quality stuff, so you know.
Yeah. So Apple just said he put those up yesterday, so I guess we have them. So that's cool. No, we're not remembering that, Eric. My son. I ordered an AAP01 from you guys, and it arrived yesterday. Very satisfied. Heck yeah, dude. You'll enjoy the AAP. That's for sure. Do you think the Mac drop stock is worth the price?
Mac drop stock.
It's the
Look, there's a lot of drop stocks on the market. They're all made pretty high quality, made out of CNC most of the time. There's some that are made out of like that 3D printed material. What I'd say is if you're not like going in a lot of speed QB tournaments, you don't need the most durable thing if you're just doing it casually and you're trying to go after that look. But if you're like an aggressive player, I try and go after something that's CNC and the
Mac.
It's a Mac custom. Sorry, there's Macs and then there's Mac custom. I have to justify which one is in my head.
Understandable.
I think the Mac one is made out of CNC and it's actually pretty high quality. So I would say it's pretty good.
Yeah, there's like the carbon ones, and
yeah, I like it. I like the padded version of it, honestly, than the carbon and stuff. But again, that's all about preference and style. The one thing I would say is there's some drop stock adapters
there are
that you can get if you still want to run like a air tank system and not run a line. So that is one benefit of other styles. But this is also a really cool style because you could almost put a bunch of different options for the stock because it's on the what is it, the swivel mount? What is that called?
The sling mount?
Yeah, the sling mount. That's kind of cool. That's one way of doing it.
I think if you're going for a themed build and you need a specific color and you want more to help pop, these are a great option.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously using some metal to mount it and then a metal buttstock, which is awesome. But then using the carbon fiber in the middle to cut down on weight, which is obviously the goal for a lot of these guns. I don't think you'd have any problem with it. I think you'd enjoy it quite a bit.
And you got to remember, we're talking about a full stock here, not just an adapter. So $103 for a customized stock specifically built for Speedsoft That's not that bad.
I mean, you spend upwards of $60 on just a stock.
Yeah.
Like on your already existing buffer tube. So this stands out. It's unique. It definitely covers that base.
Purpose built.
Yeah, purpose built. So I think once you guys or not once you guys, but once you start to realize when you get into very purpose built products, the price does reflect.
I was gonna say how many like purpose built for your car things.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you look at if there's not a large variety of uses for it, or like it's a very kind of one track product.
Yeah.
It's niche. It's and that just reflects in the price. But I love that because companies are willing to take on a project for a niche use, but they just have to be compensated for it. So if it's something that works for you guys, support it, use it, and more stuff will come, which is the coolest thing. If you guys were going to run a bullpup, which one would you run?
Tavor.
GHK Groza.
That's a great one. Yeah. I would do a Tavor or the new Desert Tech bullpup. I think it's really cool. And I'd HPA any of it because they're all basically DMR length barrels internally. So I would just HPA it just to control that air volume, because a lot of times also with bullpups, the trigger systems are a little weird. The new Desert Tech one is actually a really cool trigger system. It's all electronic, so you don't have that mush.
How it should be.
Yeah, it's a really cool system. But yeah, I love my Tavor and I like running my Tavor. I would pick my Tavor.
I mean, technically, I own the SVU, which is a bullpup.
Yeah,
and I have used it, but it's still an AEG, so it's not really like, that great. But if I HPA'd it, I'd probably run it a lot more frequently. But if I could have anything, it'd be the GHK Groza, but something I already own, my SVU.
Yeah, I would grab the Desert Tech if I had to grab something new. I'd grab the Desert Tech. I'm really impressed with it.
Yeah. Tavor AUG A3 with a Perun trigger unit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Moving to an electronic trigger switch compared to the bar system and like all that connecting pieces to make a trigger pull happen.
Yeah.
Is the way to go.
Yeah, because like
100%.
I built it with my Kythera into the Tavor, and the engineering I had to do to make it work with the bar system trigger was so nuts. And it's definitely a lot easier and a lot simpler to just use an electronic trigger for something that you don't need a mechanical trigger for.
Yeah. Thoughts on the new TM Sega 12K GBBR?
So I just got to fire it over this past weekend. I'm going to say two things about it. One, the recoil on it's so nice. The trigger feel is super nice, and it's loud. It's really cool. It eats gas.
I figured that would be the case.
Eats gas. You got 3 barrels in there, and you got to pump out a lot of volume to shoot 3 BBs, plus move that bolt back and forth. I mean, it is such a cool thing.
It's going to be an HPA tap
immediately
dream.
I would immediately HPA tap it. The second you do that, oh my god, it would be just so much fun to shoot.
See, for me, I don't even care about performance. I don't even care how terrible it might be. It's the cool factor to have that gun.
Mm-hmm.
And to kind of replicate its actual, like, it's not just like an AEG.
Oh yeah,
they made it fun to use.
It's super cool. It's super cool.
I think once upgrade parts come out for it and help it be a little bit more.
Well, and I guess so I guess spare mags don't exist by themselves yet either. So that's one thing.
We just need a bunch of guns.
I mean, we could just buy a bunch of guns.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
Segas and just
we'll be
use
fine.
the mags.
I think it's like 800 a gun.
So. That ain't bad.
Yeah, that's 800 a mag. That's fine.
And then when mags come out, you just replenish and resell.
Oh yeah.
You're good.
Business.
Yeah, I'm just a businessman doing business.
Okay. What is that? 5 guns for 5 mags? It's like $4,000 just to have magazines for it.
You'll be the only guy with magazines. Yeah, very cool gun. That's definitely want to get my hands on one just to.
I got lucky. Somebody just randomly had it at the event we were at. I was like, I need to see that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Opinions on the Specna Arms Edge series.
Really cool.
Yep. I'm gonna be doing a old school overview video. So doing reviews again for that series because I feel it's justified and I feel it's definitely worth it. they're nice. There's
I
nothing
mean,
else to say about
the price that they come in at for the Edge series specifically, compared to competitors that are of probably the same caliber of like build quality and stuff. There's a gate aster in that thing. There's a specialized trigger in that thing.
Mhm.
There's an actual really cool quick change spring system. There's a 22 TPA motor included with it. If you're talking about the Edge 2.0, the Edge 1.0, I'm going to call it, versus the 2.0, there are some differences. I personally would just grab the 2.0 because you're spending just a little bit more for a lot more value.
Yeah.
Plus, it comes with a flat hop in that series. That's not the gearbox, but that is, the whole system.
Oh, it makes the gun shoot better.
It does, and I mean, and that's a brief overview. Obviously, he's going to do a whole video series on that, but like brief overview, that thing is worth it. $380, $370 for all the things I just listed that are all upgrade things that people would generally do afterwards, after already of buying a $380, a $430 gun that doesn't come with that. It's crazy. It's good.
Yeah. What Tom said. That's why I put a Gate Warfet in my L86 because the trigger sucks. Yeah, absolutely, bro. Hello. Tom.
Hi, Ross.
Opinion on Angry Bird Top Golf.
I think if somebody is wanting to play that game at Top Golf, everybody should be set at the same difficulty level, and people who can hit golf balls further than other people should just not be handicapped. That's what I think.
I don't even know what that is.
It's so you go to Top Golf and you have all the game settings.
Oh.
So like you hit all the you can like aim.
I know how to play normal Top Golf.
That's normal Top Golf. Then they made Angry Bird. So what you do is you look at the screen before you hit the ball and see what holes. Like there's this Angry Bird structure, and your golf ball is the Angry Bird you fire.
Oh, at the specific hole.
And you have to. Well, it's like between holes. It's not even at a specific hole. So it's like somewhere on the map, and you're trying to aim, and basically hit an Angry Bird. And it's aggravating.
Oh, I could imagine.
And Frag put me and Ross onto the extreme level and put everybody else at the beginner level, and not salty at all.
Yeah, you sound very
not salty. Actually, I won in golf on that. If we're measuring things in golf points system, so I won in golf.
Congratulations.
Thank you, because we were playing golf.
Cool. Thoughts on Team Panda? I don't know any of them on a personal level, so I can't really like make an assumption about them. I mean, they're definitely just aggressive players. They're aggressive players.
I've only seen a few videos of them, and honestly, I don't know any of them. Here's what I'm going to say about any clickbaity videos with aggressive play style. There's edited footage for views, and then there's how those people actually are in real life. And then there are truly people who are trying to cause problems to just either stir the pot or get views because that's what they think they need to do. Those type of people I'm not okay with. And this is a generalized thing because you're just bringing up somebody who I believe that team has been called out for stuff like that. I don't know any of them. I don't know any of them personally.
Nor have I played against them.
I'm not going to call anybody out on that. I'm going to say generally the entire group of people that might try and do that, if they're trying to do it for the wrong reasons, that's not cool. If they're trying to do it for clickbait shit and they're actually generally cool people, okay, I don't really care.
I just think that's so. I know why you're asking that, because the videos that do exist are very they look very aggressive and very I'm just going to say aggressive. I mean, it's just fast paced at CQB.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, editing and making like a constant just shoot, just never stopping makes it look a little bit more amplified than it might actually be.
Yeah.
So, and you're saying the whole team. I don't know if the whole team is putting that footage out or it's just specific members. I don't know enough about it. But until I have a personal experience, I can't really talk on the matter. You know what I mean?
There's a reason we sponsor people after meeting them in person, if we sponsor anybody. And this is one of those cases where we've never met them, so we're not going to pass judgment on them.
What's the best beginner GBBR? No GBBR.
That's very true.
Gas blowbacks are very fun. I mean, as we were just talking about the Sega, it's very exciting to see and use. If it's your first airsoft gun, I will say a couple things. One, deep pockets.
Oh yeah,
magazines are very expensive for gas blowbacks.
They're nuts. They're like, I think when I had my GHK, it was like $65 a mag.
Paid $75 a mag for mine.
It's stupid.
So mags are expensive, very weather dependent. So if you live somewhere like where we do, where we get 3 months out of the year, I'm going to be dramatic, but 3 months out of the year that's usable for gas blowbacks.
You're really not wrong.
Yeah. Are you actually going to get your value out of that gun? Now, if you live somewhere like Texas, you got it year round.
Yeah.
And then the other thing, it was like essentially having a tech savvy mindset, because not many places will actually work on gas blowbacks. I mean, in our experience,
we don't work on gas blowbacks because just the warranty process of that, because it's such a finicky mechanical system.
Right.
Also, tech experience that's not just electronics, it's mechanical now. You're dealing with springs and forces that you might need to shim, or you might need to put spacers or different buffers in to get it to cycle properly, like a real AR. It's cool. It's really cool if you're trying to go like full replica route.
I was gonna get to that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so I want to stay on the tech thing real quick, because GBBs, as often as you see them, they are niche. They are not a mainstream, form of toy gun.
Yeah.
So, you look at how many AGs do you see and how many HPA rifles do you see compared to gas blowbacks.
Oh yeah.
It's an insane ratio difference. So coming to the tech side of things, few people are going to invest the time into being a very, being proficient in gas blowbacks.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's, as a tech or a business, you need enough consistent work to maintain yourself.
Yeah.
And most gas blowback owners work on their own stuff.
Yeah.
Because they have no choice.
And that's pretty much that's what it comes down to. Yeah. He's right. The only gas blowbacks that probably have dedicated techs that do a lot is high kappa builders, because they're used so much for indoor stuff and there's so much customization. It's become so universal. High kappa and now AAP01 builders are about the only gas blowback, not rifles, but gas blowbacks that people are willing to work on.
Well, they have so much in-state aftermarket support.
Yeah, and that's the main thing.
Stateside, that's a better term.
But the getting back to your original question, if we're talking about a beginner gas blowback rifle, there's two that I would pick for you. One is the LM4 from KWA. Very well priced, pretty easy to get parts for. It's a decently shooting one out of the box.
Yeah, I would say so.
The other one I would pick is the WeTech M4, if only because of a mag that is an upgraded feature that you can get for it. It is the only gun that I know sells a high cap magazine that has an HPA adapter coming out of it. And when you add HPA to any gas blowback, the reliability skyrockets and you have much less to worry about. You eliminate your weather factor, basically.
And consistency.
Yeah, you have a lot more control over what's going on in that gun once you HPA it. A lot of people aren't going to be okay with it because a lot of the people who are going for gas blowbacks are trying to get it for replica reasons and that realistic feel. But if you're beginning and you're looking at a gas blowback, I would get a WeTech M4 and grab that high cap HPA tap mag, and a lot of the headaches you would have to deal with immediately go away.
The only concern with that, my counterpoint, is you need a tank, a line, and a regulator.
You do,
on top of that,
and that increases the price. That's very fair. Yeah.
So you just have to prepare to spend some money. Gas blowbacks are not going to shoot as well as HPA. Yeah. Especially out of the box or pre-built.
Oh yeah, you get so many vibrations and forces to deal with there. Yeah.
They can still shoot extremely well. My GHK is super fun to use, and it's definitely not a disadvantage on the field. But that gun has been worked and messed with and taken apart and put back together tons of times just for me to use it. When I first got it, it just didn't function. It was brand new. It literally was brand new out the box, and
Yeah.
it just like BBs didn't go anywhere. And then the parts that were claimed to fit didn't fit. So it was Dremel, shim, fit, take out, try again. Invest in the CO2 mags that are almost $80 a piece. I mean, think about, for 2 magazines, you can go buy one of the Specna Arms cheaper rifles.
Yeah.
And it's gonna just obliterate that GHK.
Yeah.
And I love GHK.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, just earlier I said the GHK Groza would be like the cream of the crop, like my dream to own. But it just requires so much time and effort, energy, money.
Yep.
But they're tons of fun. They are the most satisfying.
You get one kill in an entire day of an event with it. It's the greatest kill you've ever gotten.
Just turn it, do, and just watch, like, and those 3 BBs just go where you wanted them to. You're like, it was all worth it.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
This cash grab of a gun. I've gotten one kill in 12 hours. That was worth it. That was the thousands of dollars I spent was worth it. It is. It actually is. Like, the feeling is awesome.
And CQB, a lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
The thing I feel a lot of people don't talk about with gas blowbacks is everyone wants trigger response. But gas blowbacks are so damn snappy.
They are.
And they're mechanical. They're literally, theoretically, I'm going to change my verbiage, theoretically, as fast as a real rifle.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely.
Obviously, the cycle might be a little slower.
The cycle's definitely slower, but I mean,
but that initial shot,
that feel
is very fast.
Yeah,
and that's why you see a spike in gas blowback use indoors.
Yeah,
but HPA obviously is like, they're so hard to compare at the end of the day. But beautiful question. I really like that. I'm glad Tom actually had an answer for your question. But if you do want an M4, the WeTech or KWA are the way to go.
Yeah, the reason I didn't say GHK is because a lot of times their magazines are really expensive comparatively, even though they are one of the top tier. Their guns are also around the $800 range versus the $400 range. So you're ending up spending a lot more, and I think a lot of beginners aren't willing to dump that into something they don't know a lot about.
Yeah, Colt GHK M4 SOT mod is $639.
Yeah.
Or you can get
the extended barrel for
$700 bucks. So that's just the gun. And then we scroll down. The mags are $75 a piece, and then the high output CO2s are $89 a piece. So you can think a typical battle load is 6 plus 1 in the gun.
Yep. So 7 mags. Well, the gun will come with 1, so 6 more mags. So you're 6 times 90 is $540.
So now all of a sudden you have a $1,400 investment in a bone stock airsoft.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah,
tons of fun though.
Oh, great fun for how much you spend.
We have a question over here. Is SRC a good brand anymore? I don't think they've really done anything new.
Yeah, I mean, like they haven't gone down in quality, if that's what you're asking, but they haven't really.
I think they've stayed in their lane.
Yeah,
kind of deal. Like,
they have some very cool licensed stuff. They have, I think that's their thing, is they have a little bit more niche.
Gun.
Yeah, they have some more niche stuff that other brands don't really carry or work on.
They have an MP40. That's cool.
Yeah. So I mean, that's I think their main thing. They haven't gone down in quality, but they're not the highest quality.
Yeah, they're very mid tier, but they've maintained their mid tier status.
Yeah.
Status.
So if you want something that's like middle of the road and you want some different options or even some different gas blowback options, you can look into them. They're not bad.
Yeah. What's for lunch?
I had a panini and some coffee.
I had Taco Bell. Don't judge. What's up, bro? Demon time again, guys.
What's up, buddy?
Hell yeah, brother. I don't like it when people bring hate or dog on others to make themselves look better. Agreed. Kindness is contagious.
Okay, sure. That.
I love GBBs, but ABs are inherently. Sorry, I thought I saw a T there. I'm blind, dude.
I mean, there's a T at the end there.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Well, dyslexic then. Inherently more reliable and easier to tech. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You nail on the head with that one. I love the HK45 GBB pistol. Best pistol I've ever used. 100 plus shots from one gas fill. That's why I have 2 fully trademarked Asia versions.
Yep.
That's dope. Yeah, I've heard very good things about that gun. I'd love an FAL GBBR or the WeTech MP5A5 with the Surefire handguard. Sir,
Oh my god,
that would be dope. And I'm right there with you.
The FAL, they actually, I think at one point, Ares or King Arms had a gas blowback L1A1, which is as close to a gas blowback FAL that you're going to get. So there's that. I don't know if they still make it though.
I do have some questions over here. I got an SRC from my friend for free because it was locked up and he didn't know how to fix it. And I got a new battery for it and it shoots 400 FPS.
Dude, that's great.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at some of their stuff and like they definitely just, I mean, version 2 gearbox, $50 to $90. That's pretty average. So
yeah.
I wouldn't expect the greatest, but I wouldn't expect terrible. So I'm glad you got that working.
Beginner system.
Yeah, that's dope. You got that working, man. I saw a decent deal on an old ProTech Mark 2.5 engine. Obviously, they're discontinued now, but does that engine still hold up? I mean, it depends on how good the deal is. Because, in my opinion, if it's some just like stupid low number and you get a functioning HP engine out of it,
yeah,
it doesn't shoot like dimes, you know, like shooting little like accuracy like crazy.
Yeah.
Whoop-de-doo, you got a good deal on it.
Yeah.
But if it's like anything close to what they retailed for, I would just pass on it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then what are your favorite types of game modes?
Oh,
TDM. Indoor.
Yeah, I would say if I'm playing at just a regular open play, just TDM, man. I think if I'm playing at like an indoor place and it's multiple rounds throughout the day, I'd like a TDM most of the day is TDM, and then throw in like I don't like capture the flag. I think capture the flag kind of gets old real quick, and nobody really wants to go after the flags. I like the bomb defusal stuff because, like, something where there's a target and you have to sit there and do something and be in the open. I kind of like those games because it's a little bit fun. Or like a live. We used to play this game called like I forget the actual name of what we called it.
Flag.
You know, meat flag.
I was going to be my
flag
next
was
one.
my favorite because pretty much like each team had like a VIP, but they could still play.
Yeah,
they were capturable.
Yeah, normal live player, and if you killed him, he takes a knee,
Mhm.
and then if you're on his team, you bring him back to save him, and or if you're on the other team, you bring him back for a point.
That was my favorite game mode.
But you could get killed by the objective, so you think like, oh, I got this, and then you don't. Much better than like capture the flag.
Yeah, I love that.
Agree.
Yeah.
You ever been extorted by a homeless man for your leftover Texas Roadhouse? That's how I feel. Feels to drive a 2012 Chevy Cruze.
Sure. I wasn't. You were though.
Do you guys have any tanks that fit the Monk MHQ?
I think most of our you're talking about the Monk Grip, right?
Yeah, if you could specify that, man, that would be super cool.
Yeah.
I mean, gas prices are so high right now. I couldn't imagine using an airsoft gun that runs on it.
Thanks.
I agree.
Thanks, Eric.
Especially 93. Like, if you really want your gas blowback to shoot good, you need 93 octane, and we know how expensive that is.
Come out with a diesel-powered
airsoft gun. AEG superior. AEGs are superior.
Yes, I actually because that's why I got rid of my GHK for GBLS because it's the only AEG blowback thing that works the same as a working bolt.
Timothy, am I taking this valuable supplies in these bins to the amped pool?
Yes. The pool that now has electric heating. Yes, do that.
Yeah, we've upgraded our pool.
Yeah.
Hello, guys. Is there any way to reset the Wolverine wireless FCU if you're having connection issues? Specifically, if you don't have the Android device you started to set it up with. Well, you'll know after this weekend.
Yeah, we're leaving literally a half hour after the live to head down to the Wolverine Tech Summit down in Tennessee. The entire tech team is going to go down there, so we're going to see if we can what we're allowed to shoot video of and what we're not allowed, and try and give you guys some insight into that. It's an exclusive thing for companies that companies get to do and send their text down. But I think it'd be really like almost in the same way like SHOT Show. Like we get to provide you guys some cool insider content when we go to SHOT Show. It'd be kind of interesting, so long as Rich and the boys are okay with it, that we can go down and do that and give you a little insight into how Wolverine works.
But can you reset it?
Oh yeah, that. That's the original question.
Yeah.
I think you can in the same way that you would be able to
Hold the trigger and plug the battery in.
I think that's how you do it. It's like a Spartan board in a way.
I'm speculating.
I will ask Rich personally, DM me, and then I will DM you back the answer. Okay?
Amped_Tom.
Yeah, just DM me with your question that in the live, and then I'll ask Rich and Dalton, all of them down there, and we'll ask them directly and give you a direct response from Wolverine.
Nice. RGK Airsoft says, Wes is the best airsofter here. He deserves more hugs and feet pics.
Man, that's a weird way to spell Wes.
Yeah, it's spelled Tom.
Yeah, that's a really weird way to spell Wes.
Tom is the best airsofter that never plays.
You're right. I hate that I don't play as much. When I go to events, it's just like there's so much to manage with running the trailer and stuff, and I really need to set more time aside to getting out and playing.
Mm-hmm. Well, you need a functioning gun first.
The GBOS is fine. It's not blown a fuse every time I've used it.
Functional.
I have a whole pack of 30 amp fuses in my kit now. Seriously,
it's hilarious. That's ridiculous. Shotgun or pistols for CQB?
It really depends on the CQB field. Pistols are pretty good. It's gone, dude. It's like Amp Diane has it now. That's how far that rolled.
Oh, I just did.
Yeah, that's how far that rolled.
I'll get it after the live.
You drop that every line.
Okay. I do.
Another ring thing.
Oh yeah. It's a keychain thing.
Shotgun or pistol for CQB? I would say pistol is more universal for CQB, but I prefer running shotgun if I know the CQB field has some longer engagements, because I just really like racking a shotgun, and I like using Springer shotguns. They're fun.
UTG tri-shots will still remain the best.
They are the greatest thing ever.
Yeah. Do you guys sell the plastic piece that puts the dust cover down? Oh, it's probably it looks like a tappet plate.
Oh yeah. We have some brands that I think we do have replacements for. I want to say it's by Garter or maybe not Garter. I know we had them. Get them in infrequently because
we have the Mancraft dust cover.
Well, that's the dust cover, but it's
it's
the like pull tab.
I know what he's talking about. I just didn't know if it'd be like dust cover ejection thing. You know, like I didn't know if it had a name.
I can't remember. I know some companies sell them. Like they sell the replacement for it. I know we've gotten them in before infrequently, but don't know off the top of my head if we have them currently.
Yeah. Amped Ian is in the live.
Oh boy,
my boy.
Domination or hostage, 100%.
Yeah. Domination's a lot of fun too. Yeah, I definitely like it. So okay, my YouTube started buffering too much.
Sorry about that.
Well, now you're on Twitch. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I'm coming to PA in 2 days from now, so I'd love to pick them up.
I don't think we have it, man.
Yeah, I didn't see it on the website. Do we just have like?
Oh, well, all the text will be actually down in.
Well, I mean, we could.
We'll grab a gun if we know you're coming up in 2 days. I'll grab one of the like parts guns that we have, like a boneyard gun that we sometimes like pick parts off of in tech. And if one of them has it, I'll just give it to him, and then we'll figure out getting it out to retail and just message him or me on Instagram, and then we'll get it out in retail and then like set it aside for you.
Yeah, it's no problem. What do we got?
We got a lot. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. Are you going to Isla?
Yes.
I'm going regardless.
Yeah, we are going to that.
Are we actually?
Yeah, we are going to that. I am just waiting for some confirmation on different information about us vending and stuff. But other than that, we are going. Go ahead. As long as we get confirmation on a few different.
I mean, I'm going regardless.
Yeah.
Because I will never forget, dude. You know, you see an ad for an Airsoft dinosaur game, right? Like on paper, you see the ad for it, you're like, what is that? And then, holy smokes, have I not had more fun playing toy guns than being chased by a velociraptor? Like it's terrifying.
So they're getting like, I guess like they think they spent. I think they said they spent $15,000 on props this year.
Dude, Orhan was showing me pictures of stuff he was working on at the last one.
Yeah.
If it's anything what he showed me, it's gonna be bonkers. So if you guys are seriously, check out Rhythm and Arms, and if you're even within a reasonable distance, so much freaking fun.
I think E House wants to try and go to that
Dude,
just to see it.
Oh my, I'm 100%. I'm there. It's so much fun.
All right.
So much fun. Thoughts on the AirTac carbon uppers? I think we got this question last week, and
it's like a one-piece monolithic style upper for speed keeping. I think it's really cool. I think it's one of the most lightweight solutions you can have, and I really like that it fits onto G&G bodies. So if you really want to change your SSG1 or some other G&G based gun over to be even lighter weight and more speed soft style, I think it's a really cool option.
And if you don't need the rails or you don't need, why not get rid of them?
Yeah.
So, I would probably love to see a game mode battle of Autobots versus Decepticons. Guys have big sleeve type patch with the insignia.
Yeah, so like the Autobot Decepticon
of
patch.
Both, and it could over certain objects or operators versus contractors. I think putting the time into those specialty game modes can really pay off.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, a lot of people love the nostalgia of.
I love Transformers. Transformers.
It's dope.
I love Transformers.
I joked with Kurt the other day. I was like, "Can we just build a full size Transformer? Like, let's just build Optimus Prime." And
you're fighting around his feet in the center of our field.
Yeah, that'd be really sick.
Cool, actually.
Yeah. Pistols rule in CQB. We dominated the other team using riot shields and pistols. The CZP09 is incredibly accurate out of the box. Correct. Yeah, pistols are awesome. If you get pretty proficient with them, all day.
Oh, yeah.
All freaking day. Yo, Wes, looking to get a new SMG setup. What should I look at? SMG. MP5?
The Scorpion.
The Avalon MP5? Ask me.
I know. I'm just saying the Scorpion is the best out of the box shooting SMG.
Yeah, but it isn't an MP5.
It's still better, and you know it. Out of the box.
Not better once I get my hands on it.
Yeah, no, your MP5 is very good.
They're easy. You just do a bucking nub and barrel because it's a stock hop up.
Where's your battery?
Say A5. Well, A4, easy peasy.
I have an A4. I love my A4.
So A4 battery space is super easy. A5 battery space is horrendous. So, take that information as you will.
The Scorpion's battery space is also horrendous. So just saying.
I mean, it's an SMG. They're puny. Where are you going to put all this stuff? But I love the MP5. It's a version 2 gearbox. Upgrade it to the moon and back. HP8 if you want. The hop-up unit is proprietary, but it actually works extremely well. And feeding has never been an issue with any of the MP5 mags that I've put into it. Not saying the Scorpion. I'm not comparing the Scorpion right now. And the externals are fantastic.
Yeah.
And the real Midwest industry stuff fits right on them.
Yes.
Which is dope. So if you like an SMG, that's what I would do. I think it's very versatile amongst a lot of games, a lot of indoor, a lot of outdoor. Can't really go wrong. Scorpion's awesome too, but personal preference when it comes down to that.
Yeah, I literally, you said every point. I'm like, Scorpion does that.
Yeah, I know.
Literally the only difference between the two of them outside of their mags and the style that they are.
Proprietary mags
for Scorpion. But they have a last round stop.
Oh, yeah.
So when you run out of BBs, the gun stops firing. It will not fire until you load in the mag and hit the bolt catch, which I find really fun as a feature.
Systema TW5.
Okay, but isn't that
impossible to find?
So I was gonna say impossible to find and extremely expensive if you do.
Yeah.
There was a guy who set it down at TRP the one time. I remember playing and somebody had one of those, and I remember just being like, "That's a Systema. Oh my god, I'm gonna stand here because I don't want somebody to take that." Because somebody set it down. He came back. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna now grab this," and it was in the middle of the field.
Hilarious.
And I was just like, "What are you doing?"
I've been there. Like, I'll come back for this.
I was like 14. I was like, oh, I know what that is. Why is it just sitting here like loot?
Dude, I miss my PTW so much.
They're great guns.
They're so cool. Eric said he would like to go to the dinosaur game, no matter what.
All right, sure.
Dinosaurs.
All right.
Excuse me, my good lads. Gunwall win. Next. Okay.
You say it every week now.
No, it's only been 2 weeks.
2 weeks in a row that you said next week.
Right. So twice. It's not that big of a deal.
It's every week since these acts.
Okay.
So it's every week.
Okay.
So it's every week.
Whatever, Tom. Whatever. I got you, bro. I got you. Don't even stress. I don't know what guns I'm going to hang on it, though, because I don't want to bring all my stuff from home.
Well, we could just do a collection like we did with the old one.
Yeah, that's true.
Grab different people's stuff.
I'll just bring a new gun in every week.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Eric, what's up?
Throwbacks when PTWs were actually better than built-up AEGs. They're still better, and you know it. Yeah.
I mean, they're
not
ridiculously good, but no, they're not.
I think they're better only because of the nostalgia.
Well, and the weight. They were really close to like the real weight of a real gun.
They're 1-to-1, bro.
Yeah,
they're a training rifle.
They're really cool. I'd still take a Fatco or an umbrella or something over it.
They feel better.
They feel better.
Which means they are better. Answered my question. Answered your own question. You know what I mean? What UK Airsofter is your fave, and have any of you guys ever played overseas? No, I haven't.
I would say my favorite UK Airsofter, who is very informative, is Anvil Airsoft. He does a lot of interview style videos of different players. And he's really chill. He comes across very, very down to earth and not very like egotistical or anything. I also say Bada Bing Pictures, who does a lot of gas blowback stuff, is also a very cool guy. I don't know a lot of other UK YouTubers, but those guys I think are some pretty nice guys.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. I mean, I don't really have a favorite UK. I think a lot of them put out really good videos. Entertainment wise, they're all pretty good. Oh, Scout the Doggy, yeah, recognize the OG. Yeah. You got me there. God, that I remember when those videos. I'd be like, oh my god, a new Scout the Doggy video. Let's go! You know, and all it would literally just be like a dude standing there like this. Yeah, and then we cut to somebody else, but you were just like mesmerized. And I was always like, what I wouldn't give to go play in a line of trees. You know, like it looks so fun, bro. But yeah, dude, Scout the Doggy was lit. Yeah, what a time to be alive.
Yeah, I mean, no, and that's what I mean. I don't really know a lot of UK guys, just because we're not over in the UK a lot.
Ever. Yeah, we're not over there a lot. Yeah. Like we kind of bop over there every now and again.
I've been to London one time. And I've been to Italy more times than I've been to the UK.
Yeah, I've never been out of the United States.
We've been to Florida. That's a different country.
Okay. And Floridians. I'm part Floridian. My dad's from Florida. That's funny. Anyway, do you guys have any 15, I would assume, cubic inch size HPA tanks?
The First Strike ones, I believe, are 15 cubic inch.
I think.
Yeah.
I want to try that amped HPA pistol.
Oh, you mean the sub 5? Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah, I don't think we sold out of them.
I think we sold out of them. We're waiting for a new shipment for them to come in from ATI.
So when they come in, sign up for those restock notifications.
They're out of stock right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just waiting for more to come in.
What's the best aftermarket cummerbund in your opinion? Pharaoh makes a very good cummerbund.
Yeah, Pharaoh makes a good one. I like Haley's.
Pig. Mm-hmm. The OG Pig cummerbunds are dope.
Good. I like anything that has like padded mesh on the sides because I want that breathability on the side for the cummerbund.
Yeah, I definitely am an elastic cummerbund type person.
Okay, yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
I really like it.
I like the more molly mesh style as long as it's tall enough molly mesh that it doesn't like dig into where like my rib cage is.
Yeah. So I don't like to put anything on my cummerbund, so Yeah. Also, I have a first revision Polarstar Fusion engine from over 10 years ago. Is it worth sending it in to get fixed? In parentheses, it appears to have the new solenoids and would benefit from new trigger board and shell. I actually bought it from someone who used to work at Amped.
Okay, so let's talk about what is still workable, like what we could replace. Those solenoids definitely can replace those for you if you need it. The trigger board definitely can replace that.
You need a wiring harness, right? Because the trigger board has the different
Yeah,
plugs.
well, so that's the thing. The revisions had that post that would go through and then hit the selector button on the original trigger board.
As long as you have the selector plate, you should be cool.
Yeah, well,
Oh no,
no, because we could maybe throw a new selector plate on there.
you'd need a new one.
I'd need to look into it a little bit before we would agree to work on it, but I would say we should be able to do that for you. The only thing that I'm wondering about is the shell. What's wrong with the shell? Is it like cracked or something? If that's the case, you might want to look into maybe just buying a like, I don't know, like a boneyard.
Might be able to get us one though.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Email us and we'll try and walk through what exactly is wrong with it and figure it out, and then we could probably fix it up for you.
Kurt's still running an OG Fusion engine.
Okay. My scar's dummy old.
Well, I just say Kurt because I know that.
No, Kurt has like
old as dirt.
Kurt has OG Polarstar stuff.
He's the first ever AGL ever manufactured by Amped Airsoft. So, you can Velcro 2 twin stick lipos into the MP5A5 handguard. The Scorpion sucks for battery space, but the features are awesome, especially with the Evo Tech upgrades.
Oh yeah, the Evo Tech upgrades.
That's really smart though about the batteries.
Sick.
I'm gonna keep asking about the grid wall and then ask to do a gun review of each one.
Not a bad idea.
That's fine.
Just keep plugging this.
Where are the comments you're reading? So on Instagram, I don't know if you can see them. I actually don't join many lives. But we also are streaming on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. So if you prefer to watch on your computer, you can go over there as well.
Yeah, there's a few different comments coming in from those places, and we have them all centralized on our screen.
Oh, and yeah, so we're not reading these ones. We definitely do read them all. We just have to jump back and forth. And some comments definitely last a little longer. I swapped to YouTube. That was me asking where you're reading from. Yeah, no worries, bro. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it is weird because we burn through questions really fast, and then sometimes it's like, oh, they're just ignoring my question. Yeah. So trust me, we get to them. We try. I keep Tom on track from going off on a 20-minute tangent.
I've gotten a lot better of not just capitalizing an entire live talking about one subject. So we're really trying to answer everybody's questions while still being like accurate and thorough.
Yeah. But I've barely seen any of the sub 5s. I'm surprised I haven't seen them used in more games. I think they're just available in such low quantities right now.
And they're coming from overseas right now. We're one of the few people that have them in the States. So they're a little bit of a rarer gun to see in the States. Also, I do know that a lot of guys were having some original feeding issues with the Classic Army magazine. So I think a lot of guys were like kind of dropping them. But then we were working with ATI and we found out that PTS mags work really, really well with them. So that's why when we sell them with a PTS mag for the ARP9s. So hopefully we're going to try and get more of those into the States and stuff, because it does seem like a lot of people like those guns. So we're really trying to increase those coming in the States.
Absolutely. Where are we here? I definitely saw what amped HPM4 is the holy grail to shot. Kurt's XM110. Kurt's personal XM110 is the best shooting HP8 airsoft rifle I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Using parts that don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
So it's literally a holy grail. There's nothing in this building that can outshoot it.
I mean, the other one would be Kurt's MP7.
Or Kurt's
that has a fusion engine in it.
HK-M4D. The M4D is damn good, bro.
The M4D is very good, but like if you're talking holy grail,
it's the XM110 for me.
The XM110 just reaches out and
so the reason because honestly, the MP7's definitely up there.
Yeah.
But it has I've seen more fusion engine MP7s than I've seen the barrels he's using.
Well, the barrel he has is a one-off that doesn't exist.
Exactly.
Yeah, it
So
does its job very well.
that is the holy grail.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it is the holy grail.
Yeah.
That's most of Kurt's stuff, though.
Yeah. Where are we at? Thoughts on kicking Mustang? Personally, I actually kind of ran into him at Arsenal.
Yeah.
Talking and interacting, very, very nice guy. And just like casual conversation. I mean, everyone always wants to make judgments off of YouTube.
Yeah, I think that's what we were saying earlier with Team Panda.
So if you ask me, like, based on YouTube, you would initially be like, this guy's a jerk. This guy doesn't like, he's out to like get people. But I really don't think that's the motive. I think he's a nice guy to talk to. That's my interaction, and that's where I stand on it. And I ain't even gonna lie, like, the videos are entertaining. Like, and he does his job very well. So that's where I stand on it.
I think a lot of times
hate me for it.
I think a lot of times when people have negative stuff about YouTubers, I think you guys also need to take into account that they are a lot of times trying to make money off of those videos, so they need to work the algorithm as much as they can. They also are trying to work it with using slightly gun content, and they also are trying to get as many views as quickly as possible, because generally they're going to get demonetized and going to get taken down very quickly. So a lot of guys try and make their videos very buzzworthy or very attention grabby, and that leads into a perceived idea of how these people actually are, when in reality they're really not. And if you ever meet them in person, they're generally really chill people and really informative too. They know what they're doing. Yeah.
So I have no beef. I have no problems. Nice guy to talk to. Nice guy to work with as well. I mean, he hasn't, we sell
we sell
suits and stuff, and
that's a good product.
It's a genuinely nice product.
It's a very good product.
He uses his product. What more do you want? I mean, so I wouldn't make assumptions. Did
he almost get a military contract for that product?
I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't know the history of his stuff. I just know that YouTube introducing something that people wanted, the proof of the videos of people, being within feet of a ghillie suit, and it works. So, and like people who've bought them really like the kits. So no complaints there. I'm just going to get to the YouTube ones, because we're actually kind of popping over here.
Yeah, this is great, guys.
What's your heaviest airsoft gun? It'd be my Raptor PKP.
Oh, I thought you meant at the shop. I think at the shop it's the Lambda 249.
What is your heaviest airsoft gun?
Heaviest airsoft gun?
Yeah, it's a Raptor PKP. Big boy. Still got none on Eric though.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of like heavy airsoft guns because I don't have any LMGs.
Which one's the heaviest by definition? Probably the GBLS, right? So most metal.
I'm trying to think if that's heavier or my Scar.
VSS is probably pretty heavy once you put 3 scopes on it.
Okay, if I fully load out a gun with my thermals and my lasers and my sights, all of my guns are heavy.
Oh, there you go.
I would say either the GBLS or my Scar is the AK. Yeah.
Bone stock.
The full steel and wood AK. That's heavy.
I don't know, man. That tube of metal on the front of the VSS with all your stuff on it.
I mean, I think it's unyieldy, but like all the weight is that direction.
I still think it's heavier.
It might be. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's not heavier. Let's say no attachments. The AK or the GBLS is going to be my heaviest. Yeah.
That's fair. At $70 each for a solenoid, the shell could be swapped, so I could use the new trigger board and the lightning banjo. Doesn't work with the older one. I swapped to YouTube. There was me asking where you're reading this from. For $70 each a solenoid, the shell could be swapped, so I could use the new trigger board and lightning banjo. I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to be cheaper than purchasing a new fusion engine.
Yes.
And if the current one like kind of works, now you just have like 2 fusion engines. And if you don't have a use for that, I just invest in the one. And in my opinion, to be like, yeah, this is a first gen fusion engine. Like that's dope to see them still working and that to me is worth a lot of money. That's how I look at it.
I mean, I would agree.
Nostalgia is priceless.
Yeah, trying to get something old working again and just having that, like, yeah, man, I have this thing that you cannot even acquire. Like that level of it is like,
it's dope.
It's really cool. It is cool. You have this cool little piece of history that you get to go around and have fun with.
And if you've owned it, I don't know how long you've owned it, but if you've had it for a while, that's cool for you. I mean, that gun has been through like God knows how long, and then you just maintain it and you keep it. I don't know. It just makes it like worth more to me personally, I guess.
Yeah.
So, we got any over here?
No, not.
Oh, okay. Everyone forgets about the classic Army 249 they have in pieces in their closet. Yeah.
Yeah. The heaviest gun we used to have was the fake 50 cal that was for the Humvee. That
wasn't a fake 50 cal.
Well, not a fake. It was a decommissioned 50
cal. It was
cal.
a real 50 cal.
It was a real 50 cal.
Yeah.
And it was decommissioned. It was for the Humvee. Yeah. That was the heaviest gun we ever had.
So I'm gonna get up to the fusion engine question in a sec. But still newish to the HPA world. I know fusions are generally considered prime HPA, quote or parentheses, or at least for those in my circle. What makes it better than an engine setup like my Inferno? So comparing a fusion engine to your Inferno, Tom.
I mean, so the Inferno is a single solenoid. Song and dance. Inferno is single solenoid. Fusion engine is dual solenoid with a bunch of different upgradable components that goes into it because it's a giant gearbox, and there's a lot more that you can reconfigure because of aftermarket support for it. The Inferno is much smaller, and so a lot of people don't really make a lot of aftermarket upgrades for the Inferno. So there's a lot more configuration and tunability with the Fusion engine, as well as having the ability to adjust airflow with two solenoids versus a single solenoid system like the Inferno. However, the Inferno being one single solenoid system means that there's less to go wrong in it as well. So
less points of failure.
Yeah, less points of failure. The Fusion engine isn't unreliable, and the Inferno isn't more reliable than it. It's just the Inferno is a simpler in definition system than the Fusion engine, and why people think it's so good is because of the tunability you can get out of it.
Now, the only drawback to the Fusion engine I think a lot of people overlook is those O-rings on the solenoids require a certain amount of PSI to keep them sealed. So sometimes people will struggle with tight bore barreled rifles indoors because if you drop below, what is it, 40?
You drop below like I think 50.
If you drop below 50, you can actually start leaking. And that's not a flaw or a design fault in the Fusion engine. It's just
they weren't designed for that.
Yeah, they were designed for outputting high volumes of air.
Yeah.
So you might have to have like a wide bore barrel set up for indoors or something. But it's not super common anymore. Most of the times you can get away with it. But it's something to be wary of.
Yep.
I still love both of them. They're both. The Inferno's dummy quiet. That's something I think a lot of people don't talk about enough.
It's one of the quietest systems on the market.
Yeah, you put a foam-filled thingy on the end, and you're good to go.
Put a cream-filled banana.
Cream-filled banana. But yeah, you would have a good time with any of them at the end of the day. Should me and a couple of my friends start an Airsoft channel.
Do you have anything that you feel is unique and a differing view than what is currently on the market?
I do it because, dude, make those videos, have freaking fun, and look back on those videos when you get older.
Yeah. So there's the two different views.
That is the greatest thing. I film a lot of things that I do with my cars, and I don't do it for money or views. I don't make a dime. It actually takes more time to do it. But being able to look back at the progress that's made and the things that you have fond memories of, or like you kind of want to remember, is literally priceless.
Yeah.
And I think doing that with your friends too, so having just memories to laugh at, look back on, just have fun, be safe, and have a good time. I mean, so I say send her home.
30 seconds remaining.
What?
Yep.
Where did all the time go?
I know.
Okay. I mean, do I even say with the Fusion, it seems like they're getting better and better with the piston size ones.
I mean, the F2 pretty much is a drop-in replacement for the Fusion for a smaller package, and it's a little less customizable than the Fusion is, but it is a 2-solenoid system, and it is more universal to go in different stuff.
Instagram, we will see you next week at the same time as always, 1 o'clock Wednesday every week. Thank you for stopping by.
And for you guys over here on the YouTube and all the other channels, we're going to answer these last few questions and we'll leave.
Instagram has this stupid 1 hour rule where once it hits an hour, it automatically cuts the live stream.
But we're vibing.
So we're Restream.io is our thing we use, and it works great. So I'm actually just going to upload the one on YouTube or the one on Instagram.
But let me get to this last one. So I've only had it a year. It's in an HK 416C. I mean, if you're keeping it in that, don't touch it. That's a really good combination between Fusion engine and that body. That's a really good combo. But if you're trying to switch in the future, if you think you're gonna switch over to a different body, there's no reason to get rid of your Fusion engine, and then there's no reason to get rid of a Fusion engine in a gun and get like an F2 or something else if it's working fine. If anything, if you're going to get a new gun later on, just get the new engine when you get that new gun is what I would say. There's not a reason to take your Fusion engine out because there's this new on the market. Honestly, the Fusion engine has stood the test of time. It's the oldest. Well, it's not the oldest HPA system, but it's one of the newer generations of HPA system, and it has stood the test of time. It is crazy good.
It's a good engine.
Yeah.
But if you do have any other questions about the Fusion engine, bro, shoot us an email, and Tom can get you all the information that you need about it and see where we want to go. I mean, Kurt does have the most historical airsoft experience, and currently does still use a first-gen Fusion engine, so we have the knowledge to answer the questions that you do have about the engine. So we are going to call it here on our live. We got an extra 2 minutes if you joined us here on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. So what do you know?
Yep.
Thank you guys for the support on the other streaming services. We really do appreciate it. And every week, 1 o'clock Wednesday, we do the live stream.
Yeah.
So seriously, thank you guys for stopping in. And PC, if you do have any other questions, shoot us an email at tech@ampedairsoft.com, and we'll help you out, bro. So thank you guys, and we will see you next week for